What's going on, everybody? It's Coach Danny Wilson, NHACG, and we back at it again with another info video. Today's topic is a pretty big topic. It's something that happens a lot in college sports, and it's just very unfortunate. But today's video topic is to how to properly handle a coaching change either during your recruitment or while you're currently in college playing at that college. So the first part of it I want to talk to is the players that committed to a school, that coach recruited them, and then that coach either, left, got another job, or whatever have you. So first, as an incoming freshman, if you currently recruited and you committed to a school and that coach that recruited you is leaving, the first thing that you want to do is get out of your commitment. You want to decommit immediately, from the situation and find out who they're bringing in. You could talk to that coach. You could request to get his or her contact information and, pick their brain. Talk to them. If you already signed if you already signed your letter of intent to play, they cannot take your scholarship from you. They're not allowed to do that. But because you've already signed, that does not mean that that coach has to play you. And that's the reality of the situation if you're an incoming freshman. They do have to honor your scholarship, but they do not have to play you. So it's best to decommit, find out from that coach, what their plans are, what their style of offense is, what they're looking to do. And it's also okay to ask that coach, are they bringing players with them from their previous school? That's definitely something you as a player have a right to know. Because if you're an incoming freshman and you just committed someplace and they're looking to bring in another freshman that plays your position, you need to know, do I want to be in competition with this other incoming freshman, or do I want to, decommit and go, reopen my recruiting and go someplace else? So, those are definitely things that you should do. Don't panic, especially if you're a scholarship level player. Don't panic, because if you were good enough to get a scholarship offer from one school, most likely you're good enough to get a scholarship offer from another school. Also, the coach that recruited you, once they leave, stay in contact with them. See where they're going. They might take a head job someplace, or they might take an assistant job someplace. And there might be an opportunity for you to decommit from the school that you were at and then follow them to the school that they're going to. That is also possible. That is also done a lot. So, that's just, some options and things that you could do, if there's a unfortunate, or unexpected coaching change during your recruiting process, because it does happen a lot. It happens constantly, more often than you know. But when you're prepared to handle the situation, it's a little bit easier process to go through. So now I want to talk to my players that are currently in college that are dealing with or might have to deal with a coaching situation, a coaching change situation. So the first thing you want to do also, don't panic, and take your emotion out of it. College sports is a business. I cannot stress to you enough how much of a business it is. It's a multi-billion-dollar business. So when things are done, 99% of this time, it's done based around money. So you have to take your emotion out of it. Please stay off of social media. That is not the place to go explode and dump your emotions and your feelings. You have family, you have teammates that you can speak to about it, but that's not the route to go. Secondly, you have to get a release. If you're a scholarship level player and there's been a coaching change and you want to leave, you have to get formally released from your scholarship. You are not allowed to talk to any other college coach. No other college coach is allowed to talk to you unless you've been officially released from your scholarship. Because until you're officially released, you're still a student or a player enrolled at your current college. So you have to get your official release. You have to go to your compliance person. You have to go to the athletic director. Let them know that you want to be released from your scholarship. They'll take care of the paperwork. It's your responsibility to follow up with them and make sure everything is done on time and properly. But you have to get that. The next step, get your transcripts. You have to have your transcripts with you before you can go and transfer to another school, because they have to check your academic records to make sure that you're eligible. It's not even about the amount of credits that'll transfer over. That's something that admissions takes care of later, but the athletic department and the compliance department of whatever new school that you're planning on transferring to has to see your academic records to make sure that you're eligible. Because if you're not eligible, then you won't even be able to transfer. You're going to have to take, summer classes or do whatever it is that you need to do. Now, if you're at a Division III program and this coaching change happens, you still have to follow some of the same steps. Obviously, you don't have to worry about getting released from your scholarship because there's no scholarships at Division III. But you have to have a formal withdrawal from your classes at the end of the semester. And then you have to secure your transcripts. Now, at the Division III level, securing the transcripts is a little bit more intricate because you have to obviously pay your bill in order for them to get your official transcripts. Whereas if you're a scholarship player, you don't have to worry about having your bill paid because you're not paying one. You're on scholarship. So you can get your transcripts whenever you want to. The next thing to do after you secure your transcripts is decide how do you want to handle your movement. You can talk to the coach and, the same thing as an incoming freshman would do. Pick his or her brain and find out, what their plans are, who they're looking to bring in. If it's not something that you want to do, obviously you have the option of going into the transfer portal. But the transfer portal is not a magical thing that'll, just get everybody a scholarship again. So that's something you have to be careful with, and know how to navigate through that and know which process is going to be most beneficial for you. I've said this in videos before. If you planning on going into that transfer portal, you need to have the numbers to back up what it is that you're trying to do. Because the transfer portal is like free agency in sports, and they're going to go with the players that have the most attractive numbers. So if you don't have those attractive numbers, that situation might not be for you. You're probably better off coming to someone like myself who has direct connections to coaches that'll get your film right in front of somebody, and, you can increase your marketability. But, going through coaching changes, it's tough. I've mentored several of my former players that have gone through it. They signed and they thought that, this coach that offered them was going to be there and they were going to play with them for the next 4 years. And then boom, right out of nowhere, that coach is gone after the first season. And now it's like, I got to start this process all over again. And it could be taxing, it could be draining, but you have to know and understand that you first of all, you have to know your rights. You have to know what you can and can't do. That's most important. Once you know and understand your rights, then you just have to, get yourself back out there again and do, whatever it is that you plan to do. Just make sure it's going to be most beneficial for you in your career moving forward. Also, with the coaching change, confide with your teammates. See what they're doing. See where they might end up going, because you already have an established relationship and a rapport with them. It might be in a situation where they might be making a move and that coach is looking for the position that you play. You might be able to go with one of your former teammates. There's, a lot of endless possibilities and things that you could do, but the most important thing is just not to panic and just have your ducks in a row before you just, get up and leave, because there's protocols and steps that have to be taken before you are even being able to be released from your current situation, and before you start thinking about going someplace else. So I hope this video and this information in it was helpful. Anybody that's unfortunately currently going through this situation and they need a little bit more clarity, please feel free to reach out to me. You can find me on Instagram at NHACG Recruiting. You can also find me on Twitter at NHACG Recruiting, and we are also on YouTube, where this video and all the other videos that we have will be posted at NHACG Recruiting. I hope this information was helpful. Best of luck to you guys this season, and we look forward to seeing you soon.